A lot of people have been emailing me, asking me, about my take on coronavirus and what they should do, what am I doing, which is great because I guess when you have an audience, there is an expectation. There is an expectation to show up, which is great. We have a responsibility and I don't take that lightly. I want to say a massive thank you for tuning in to hear what I have to say on this. Now, no doubt that you'd have received several emails. If you're on my email list, you probably have received my own email about this. But for those of you who haven't, I want to share with you something peculiar that has happened to me with everything in light of coronavirus. So last week I was out in the frenzy of everybody buying toilet rolls and buying food and buying all of these other basic essential things. I needed some stuff, so I went out to buy some stuff for myself and my family. And I was looking for some toilet roll. And I went into the aisle and I saw there were 3 packs of toilet roll remaining. I took just one. I left the other 2 on the shelves for other people to grab, because I just think that this is the thing about everybody taking everything from the shelves. It causes other people to feel like we also have to stockpile, but I refuse to do that because it just adds to the problem. So I took just one, left the other 2. Now, as I bought my other items and had them in my basket, I went to the aisle. I went to queue up to pay. As I was queuing up to pay, queuing up, when you're holding your basket in your arm, I felt my basket get lighter. And I was like, what is going on? And I think I had my earphones on, like, what's going on? And as I looked down in my basket, all I saw was a hand on my packet of toilet roll, with my toilet roll on its way out of my basket. And that was when it dawned on me. Our world is crazy right now. In fact, things are so bad right now that not only are people stockpiling on things that they deem necessary because they think the world is ending, it's an apocalypse or something, and I'm not taking for granted what is happening. But our world is coming to the place that fear is taking over. Fear has become the king of our world right now. A lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people are unsure. A lot of people are experiencing emotions that they've never experienced and they never thought they would experience. And believe you me, nobody saw this coming and nobody saw that things would get this bad. And it was crazy because as that exchange was happening and I saw that hand coming out of my basket and I, looked her in the eye and she left it and she apologized immediately and she just said, oh, I'm so sorry. Where did you get this from? And without saying a word, I just pointed, like it's over there, go and get it. The moment she went, another 2 women, one after the other came. Where did you get it from? And I just felt like I was working at this store and I just kept pointing them, oh, it's over there, it's over there. And then finally another lady who was also in the queue, but she was like 5 people behind me, and she had her face covered, right? Covered with her scarf just because of the virus. And she had her face covered, but I could hear through the muffle in her scarf what she was asking. And she asked me a question that has really changed the way I do business. And she said, what is it that you have in your basket that everybody seems to be after? And it really got me thinking about business, about our world, and about the way we position our services. But I don't want to go into that just yet. I'm going to save that for a different video. Right now, the message that I really want to share with you is, perhaps you're like that lady who put her hand in my basket wanting to take something out that didn't belong to her. Perhaps you're like that lady who is feeling fearful, she's feeling frustrated, she's feeling overwhelmed, and she's feeling unsure, and perhaps she has children at home or she has other people to look after, and it doesn't matter what the reason might be. Our world isn't just such a place that people are afraid. Perhaps you are that lady. Well, I want to share with you what I'm doing, what I'm recommending that you do, and just a little bit of a perspective. In fact, I want to focus on 7 things that you can do in this season to still grow and to still thrive and to still have a thriving business despite coronavirus or any other type of virus that could be sweeping our world. Because let's face it, we've had 9/11, we've had SARS, we've had mad cow disease, we've had Ebola, we've had bird flu. I could keep going. You could go back to the plague of, I think it was nearly 100 years ago, that wiped out so many people. So many people in our world, and there are so many things that have happened, and the point of the matter is that somehow humanity gets by. But what happens when the going is tough, right? What happens when, you're in a position where perhaps you no longer have a job? We are in isolation right now. Perhaps you are stuck at home, you're with the kids, and you're wondering, now, what am I going to focus on? Well, I'm hoping that through this video, you will get some hope. That's really what my biggest message is. I want to be able to give you some hope, give you some action steps of things that you can focus on so that you know what you can do in this situation. So here are 7 things that you can do in this season to thrive. Number 1 is you can invest. Now, don't run away. Don't run away, because you might be thinking, Pam, I don't even have the money to invest. Don't worry, I've got you. I'm going to be sharing other things, with you today. But I just want to talk about investing, right? There are companies that are really blowing up right now. The crazy thing about a downpour or a downfall or a crash is that as there is a massive crash, there is a small group of people that will always profit. For example, right now, when a lot of people are at home, guess what is happening? Any business that is online is going to flourish. Any business that has tools that allows you to be seen is going to flourish. The uptake on people watching YouTube videos is going to spike. Anybody who has a webinar software, that's going to spike. Look at companies like Zoom, Skype, 24 sessions, anybody that has anything of that nature that allows people to get online, they are going to see amazing profits right now. And I'm sharing that just to help you to start thinking outside the box and to start thinking, actually, yes, there is something going on in our world, but there is always something good. There is a silver lining somewhere. There's a silver lining. So I want you to start thinking, well, where can I make some investments? An investment can be very small, by the way, right? Right now, there are lots of businesses, where their stocks, the prices of their stocks are falling. This is a good time to buy. My husband and I were discussing it recently and looking at, lots of things because we invest in stocks anyway. This is a buyer's market. I know that, there's a lot of madness going on, but I promise you that there is a silver lining in there somewhere if you focus on finding it. Number 2 is to understand that money flows. Right now, you're going to have to work on your mindset. You have to understand that money flows, that money never really leaves the earth. And as much as, yes, a lot of people will be struggling with money right now because of what is happening, the question you have to ask yourself is, well, where is the money going? You've got to understand that money is fluid and that it flows. And it's going somewhere. That means that it hasn't actually disappeared. And so if you can really grab onto that understanding, the next thought process that I want you to adopt is that money flows through you. Money flows through me. Every morning I wake up and when I work out, I have my affirmations. And one of the things that I always say is money flows to me and money flows through me, right? You've got to believe that. You've got to believe that even in the midst of chaos, money is flowing. And so what is stopping money flowing to you or through you? Well, it could be the case that you might need to look at your expertise that you were using offline and bringing it online, right? It could be the case that you might need to change your mindset. It could be the case that you might need to stop listening to the news so much and being so afraid because that fear is keeping you inactive, and actually take a step and launch something, create something, help people, get online, talk about things that people care about, and grow an audience. This season is going to require you to do something extraordinary, something different, because there's an audience that's waiting for you. And number 3 is to channel your vision and look for opportunities. There are opportunities in so many places right now. For example, one huge opportunity is knowing that a lot of people aren't spending a lot of money right now. Well, this is the time to really rethink your services and your offerings and to think, can I slice it up into smaller sections and sell these small sections individually? Do you see what I'm trying to say? So for example, if you charge, let's just go with pounds, right? If you charge £1,000 for your services, and perhaps for £1,000 you're going to be helping somebody for achieve 8 different things, right? Perhaps you could slice it up, and for each thing it will have its own price. You want me to do this for you? It's £95. You want me to do this for you? It's this, and it's this, right? You might have to go for volume, so sell at a lower cost, and expect a higher volume than what we used to do, which is sell at a much higher cost and work with very few people. Right now, the mindset of the buyer is very different, but I promise you that people are still investing, people are still looking for solutions. And so as long as you can position yourself and your businesses with the right solution, people will buy. I promise you, I still make sales on a daily basis, so no reason why you shouldn't either. Number 4 is to move online, right? If you are currently offline, if you if you are an employee, if you have a 9-to-5 corporate, anything of that nature, as wonderful as that is, you're going to have to know that the online world is booming, right? And this is the time. If there was ever any time to really focus on thinking the skills that I use offline, how can I monetize that online? How can I monetize those skills online? This is the time. This is the time. So I want you to start thinking, well, how can I move online? What do I need to learn? Do I need to, do I need some coaching? Do I need some support? Do I need a course? What do I need? This is not the time to be still and inactive. This is the time to be proactive and to get going, hop online. And on that note, I want to take this moment to just really shine a light on our comment of the day. Thank you so much. Have a look below on our comment of the day. Hooray! Thank you so much. The reason I do that is because, well, I spend a lot of time creating these videos, and so when you guys comment, it really shows us that we are doing something amazing, and that's really all I want to do to really impact the world. So thank you so much for that. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, and if you love anything that I'm sharing with you, go ahead and do that right now. And speaking about moving online, if you look above, there is a video called 15 at-home jobs that you can do right now. So click on that video and watch that, because I give you 15 at-home jobs that you can really, really run with and start to think about doing from the comfort of your own home instead of being offline. The fifth thing that I really want you to focus on in this season, especially if you run a business, is your focus needs to be on growing your audience. You've got to focus on growing your audience because that's where your money is. And that's really where, that's what people are looking for right now. They're looking for the leader in you to emerge. They are looking for somebody to follow. They're looking for somebody who will bring them peace and bring them joy and bring them hope, which is very, very crucial right now. So this is the time for you to grow your audience, because the audience, this is, in this season, the most important thing you can do right now is show up, get visible, start talking about what people are talking about, start talking about solutions, and I promise you that people will start following you and they will stick to you like glue, and in time, those people will then become your customers and your clients. Number 6 is to advertise. Advertise right now. Okay, so if you run an online business especially, this is the time to start, your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, YouTube ads, whatever ads you are doing, keep them going. The temptation right now is to scale back on your ad budget, but the truth is that because not a lot of people are advertising, it's actually a lot cheaper to advertise right now, right? So go ahead and start doing that and focus your advertisement on giving, on sharing content that people are interested in. Don't focus it so much on sales. Focus it on growing your email list, because it is the cheapest time to do that. And that leads me to my last but not least, but most important point, and that is, in this season, focus on giving. Now, recording this video is one of the ways that I give, but there are so many ways that I give to people. And one of the ways that I really want to talk about is what I'm doing, which is a shopping plus one. And what that means is, think about our world right now. There's a lot of madness, there's a lot of fear, overwhelm, uncertainty. There are lots of people who weren't making a lot of money to begin with, who now have probably lost their jobs or have no access to a means of income. As you are doing your shopping, consider your neighbor, consider the elderly people around you, consider those people who are most at risk and are probably in self-isolation. What can you do for them? Could you take a small basket of some dried foods, some tinned foods, some fruits and vegetables over to your neighbor's house? I think we can all do that. I really think that in this season, if every single one of us, right, if we do something for just one other person, I really believe that there will be a lot of hope in our world, a lot of healing, and a lot of hope, a lot of healing, and a lot of joy in our world as a result of just helping someone else. And if you're thinking, Pam, I love the idea, but I don't have the money to do that, then encourage somebody. right? Encourage somebody. Get on your camera and do a Facebook Live. Record a quick video and send it to people around the world. Send it to your family in another place of the world. And, you know, instead of spreading fear, spread hope. Talk about something positive. Tell people what they can and what they can do in the situation and with what they already have. Just in this season, if there's one thing that I really, really want you to do, it is really to be hopeful, to be giving, and to focus on solutions. Focus on solutions. There you have it. I hope you got value from this. Really, it was really, really unplanned, but I just wanted to share that with you because I had sent this to my email list a few days ago, and I thought I wanted to share it with you on camera, so that you hear it, so that you hopefully take action, and of course, so that you have hope. Right? My goal is to have impact, but this is the time for healing. So I want to be part of that healing journey if you are struggling. And if you are struggling, feel free to reach out. Send me an email, send us a message, so that we can support you. And of course, comment below and let me know which of the 7 points that I shared, which of them has really stood out to you. I would really love to hear from you. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. We look forward to growing our audience over here on YouTube. And of course, you know, creating lots of amazing content for you 3 times a week. Thank you so much. Love you all. Take care of yourself. Really, really important right now. Take care. Bye.